All right, man, peace. So I keep getting messages from brothers saying that they're not seeing the last 9+ minutes of this video. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to screen capture it and re-upload it, and hopefully brothers can see it. I went and I checked it on my other computer. I had no problem hearing the last 9 minutes, but I keep seeing comments from brothers that saying that they are. So I'm just going to re-upload it via screen capture.
And paper or some other method to track your miles, you're likely losing money. When you miss tracking just one trip.
Alright, man, peace. So now this is a story that occurred in New York City pertaining to 2 young children. I just wanted to cover this story to once again highlight how very important it is for brothers to understand what it means to procreate with a woman. All right? Very, very, very important that you consider who you're procreating with, and that you take it very seriously, and that if you're going to bring children into the world, that you're going to care about them and love them, because it's a rough world out here, man. And if you don't have any real intentions of being a father, don't have children. All right?
To disturbing developments in the case of 2 toddlers found dead in their home in the Bronx. The medical examiner says it wasn't asthma that killed the brother and sister. They were murdered. CBS 2's Jessica Layton live now in Portland Village with the latest.
So anyway, just to chime in, originally they had reported that those 2 young children had suffered some type of asthma attack. It was pretty much already known that that is not what killed them, because they had marks on their neck. And really, what were the chances of 2 children suffering asthma attacks at the same time, unless they were in a room that had some type of oxygen issue? But due to the marks on their neck, it was already suspected that they were murdered, and it was only a matter of time before it came out.
Latest for us, Jessica.
Christine, tonight neighbors here are asking the questions that nobody seems to have the answers to. Who could possibly kill this beautiful brother and sister, and why?
How could you do that to a child?
Neighbors here at the Amalgamated Housing Co-op in the Bronx were stunned Monday when police arrived to investigate the deaths of 2-year-old Olivia and 3-year-old Micah Gee. Then they were sickened to hear the toddlers died of blunt force trauma to the torso. The medical examiner ruling each child's death a homicide.
Now, when they say blunt force trauma to the torso, basically that's a proper way of saying that they were beaten to death. So that's a reflection, obviously, on the person who killed these 2 children. It's also a reflection on their mother, because of who she chose to have around her children. But ultimately, you know who it's a reflection on the most? It's on the father of these 2 children, because he's the one who chose to have children with that female. And I use the term female, not woman and not lady, all right, because all she has is a vagina. All right? They're going to get into the particulars of this story, but I want to highlight this story because this happens over and over and over again, and you see it a lot, especially in the so-called black community, because a lot of so-called black men are procreating with these females. You're not supposed to procreate with a female. You're just supposed to let your nut off with them. That's all they're good for. All right? You're not supposed to procreate with a female. All she is a sperm receptacle. That's all they good for. Because at the end of the day, when tragedies like this happen, all she's going to do is cry to the cops and act obtuse when she let a strange man amongst her children. When you study nature, you know that when a adult male takes over, whether it be in the lion kingdom or any other animal kingdom, the first thing that he does is he kills the cubs of another man. You understand that? When a male lion takes over a pride, he kills the cubs of another male lion. Right? That's what he does. So it's not that difficult to figure out why this is so prevalent when you're dealing with a so-called man who has the mindset of a beast That's what they do. As opposed to him just saying, you know what? I'm not really interested in a woman with kids. He acts out his bestial nature and kills 2 children. But it goes back to the man who inseminated this female and chose to bring life into the world with that female. But let's let them get back to the story.
Side.
They're defenseless. There's nothing they could do to hurt you. Why would you want to hurt them?
Well, that's not a question for a human being. All right? When you're talking about the spiritual aspect, a demon always wants to attack children. That's why pedophilia is so big in this society. That's why infanticide and abortion are so big in this society. A demon always wants to attack the defenseless because the blood is pure. All right? The life of the body is in the blood. It tells you that in Leviticus, the 17th chapter. All right? Once again, to you brothers out there, a lot of y'all talk about baby mama drama. You knew that she was no good before you inseminated her. All right? I'm always going to look towards the man first because, like I said, 99% of these women are nothing but children. That's what they are. All right? So it's hard for me to really hold them accountable because they're like children. They don't understand accountability. All they understand for the most part is entitlement. Brothers always want to talk about how they're kings. Well, kings have to make decisions on a higher level. You have to know the difference between a chick that you just going to skeet off in and a chick that you're going to procreate with. That's the highest level of importance. That's why in real societies with real cultures, what do they say or what do they put on a priority? Is a woman to be a virgin. You guys are out here dealing with bras that have slept with 25, 30, 35 men, bisexual, tattoos all over their body, and you think that, and you want this person to gestate your seed? Are you kidding me? This is why these things happen. Right? This is why I stay on top of things like, brothers is, smoking weed and all this other shit. When you smoking weed, I'm not trying to judge a lot of you brothers who do that, but when you smoking weed, it takes away from the clarity of your mind. You start making bad decisions, and you start to let out more of the bestial nature of your, of who you are as a person. And but let's let this continue on because they're going to cover that aspect of it.
The worst thing that we could actually imagine. This is not something that we could even think of.
Sources tell CBS 2 their mother, 31-year-old Jade Spencer, told police the kids went to bed before her boyfriend arrived around 9:30 Sunday night. The two then smoked marijuana, drank beer, and watched a movie before she fell asleep. She says hours later, the boyfriend told her something was wrong with the children. She called 911 after discovering the boy couldn't breathe and the daughter was unresponsive. Both children suffered from severe asthma and both had obvious injuries to their necks.
So she called the boyfriend over and quote unquote put the children to bed. So now 9:30 so that she can get some, she could smoke her blunt and get some dick. And then she passes out probably after he done nutted up on her. And then he goes in the back and decides after he's weeded up and drunk to go kill the children. Right? I believe he killed one. I'm not sure if the other one is dead. I believe that the other one was in critical condition. But, one of you brothers can go do the research on that and provide an update if you choose to do so. The point being is not to really just stay on the status of the children. The point is to just to let you brothers know, please stay on top of the type of female that you're choosing to inseminate. All right? One thing that you learn through life is that you can't turn a piece of shit into a piece of sugar. All right? A lot of you brothers are out here dealing with a piece of shit, and you're trying to turn it into a piece of sugar. You think that you can inseminate this woman and make her stay, or, she's a down-ass bitch, and she smokes weed with me. And that's not somebody that's supposed to be raising your children, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Then you get her pregnant. She's in her damn second trimester, and she's getting bored with you. She kick you to the curb. And before she even, has delivered the child, she's on social media calling you a deadbeat dad. Why is that? Because she's already ready to move on to the next dude. All right? And put your ass on visitation. Next thing you know, you got all type of strange people around your children. A lot of these people are bugged out of their damn mind. All right? A lot of these people in this society are bugged out of their damn mind. Either off of drugs or off of philosophies. And these are the people that are parading around your child, around your daughter, around your son. Right? Most of these so-called black people are liberal. Right? Especially the so-called black woman. They're liberal. They got guys around their children. They don't even know the guy could be a bisexual, pansexual. Right? Dude that just got out of prison. So you already know what he was dealing with. Right? For the most part. Most of them guys that get locked up, they getting turned out. Then they come out and you got this man all around your kids. And you guys who choose to have children with these women, you acting like you're in such a stressful situation. Yes, nigga, you put yourself in that. Because you chose to inseminate a damn hood rat. Right? All you do with a hood rat, you give it a piece of cheese and you send it on its fucking way. Send it back to the hole that it came from.
It's very sad, it's terrible.
How and why this happened will be explored further, and I don't know that we'll ever have answers to it.
I already gave you the answer, man. When another lion takes over the pride, it kills the cubs. That's what it does.
Those who know the family are reeling with grief. The children's grandmother, Doris, is the educational director here at the well-maintained co-op on Van Cortlandt Park South.
I know she's devastated.
Given these latest developments, police do want to speak with that mother and her boyfriend again. By the way, we've learned that boyfriend has 4 prior arrests, including he was charged with criminal possession of a weapon. We've also learned he has gotten a lawyer since yesterday. As for the mother, police say she was so distraught. Neighbors also say she was so distraught that she ended up in the hospital for a mental health evaluation. She remains there tonight.
The bitch should have got a mental health evaluation a long time ago. I could have told you she was crazy. All right? Most of these modern day females need to have monthly mental health evaluations. If you brothers pay attention, a lot of these modern day liberal women especially, they're on prescription meds. All right? The vast majority of them are on antidepressants because that liberal feminist bullshit that they believe in is not helping them. It's only hurting them. And big shock. The guy that she had around her children had 4 priors and had been locked up. What a damn shock. All right? But once again, I don't blame her. You know why? Because I don't expect much from these modern day liberal women. I blame the guy who chose to inseminate that female. All right? Or maybe the guy who chose to inseminate her, maybe the father of those 2 children is an ex-con as well, and he has low-level decision-making abilities his damn self. Or maybe he got her pregnant so that, you know, he thought that was going to make her stay and that he could stay in her home. I don't know. I have no idea. But, you know, these type of stories are so prevalent in so-called black communities all over America. And you know why that is? I blame you, so-called black man. It's your fault. All right? It's your fault. I said a long time ago, your seed is very special. It's very special. Stop spreading it around liberally. All right? When you're dealing with these whores, quote unquote, you can spread your tool around liberally, but you don't spread your seed around liberally. All right? Make sure that you protect yourself and you don't give a woman, these broads, your seed. All right? Unless you test them. You go and you buy a vehicle, you have to test drive it. You guys are running around putting your seed in all these wild, random broads who done been with all these different men and women and adhere to all these wild and idiotic philosophies. But then again, a lot of you brothers adhere to that bullshit. The black woman is God, all this nonsense. Then you wonder why there's so much confusion. Bitch up in the house smoking weed with this dude and pass out. Probably after he done nutted all up on her damn forehead. And then she wake up and then 2 of the damn children are dead. Or one of them's dead, the other one's in critical. Whatever the story is. All right? Then if the baby father walk up and then just spaz out and kill everybody, then he's the bad guy. But you know what makes him the bad guy? Is he made that bad decision to inseminate that damn woman. Brothers, please, watch who you inseminate and watch who you take seriously, all right? It's a matter of life and death, literally. But anyway, peace. All right, brothers. I hope that y'all are able to hear the audio all the way to the finish.